we're just working with the green ball today. So if you've got a green ball, then get that out ready. If not, you can do the moves without it. So if you haven't got it, ladies, it doesn't matter because we can do all the moves without the ball anyway. Okay, let's get started then with our warm-up. And if anybody joins us, good morning to whoever that is that might join us. Let's put the iPad down then. Get the music on. Okay, and then we'll get going with our warm-up. Right then, ladies, so let's bring our heels together then. And then just take those heels apart, so make sure you've got that good hip distance between those feet. You want nice, straight, strong legs. And we're going to just engage that core, so just take that lovely big deep breath in. And then hold that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Excellent, just give those shoulders a roll back and down. And then finding that neutral position, so your diamond fingers pointing down. Or we go forward to A, and then we work back to C, and then we find that nice B position. Excellent, just give those shoulders a roll back and down, and then we're just going to take a few big deep breaths in, so nice big deep breath, and exhale, and again, big deep breath in, shoulders are rolled back and down, and then lifting the arms up to the ceiling. We need to circle down the right side, all the way down to the toes, take it around to the left side, through and up. And then we're going to work down the left side, all the way down to the toes, work it around, through and up. Let's lean over to the left. Work back to the centre, let's lean it over to the right. Lovely, back to the centre and then circle down the left side, all the way down to those toes, work it round the right side, lifting through and up. And then we go back down the right side, all the way down to those toes, round the left side, through and up. Let's lean over to the right side, really went left. And then work to the centre, lean it over to the right. Excellent, back to the centre. Just release these arms down to the side. Then we're going to place the hands onto the shoulders. And I want you to lift and roll those shoulders back and down. And again, lift, roll back and down. We're just going to work with the right shoulder. Lift, roll back and down. Then the left shoulder, lift, roll back and down. To rotate round to the right side, and then work that rotation through to the centre. Rotate it round to the left side, and then work that back to the centre. So these rolls again, so lift, roll back and down, and again lift, roll back and down, and then just hold it, lift and roll that left shoulder this time, and then roll that right shoulder. And then we're going to rotate round to the left side, and then working that rotation back to the centre. Rotate round to the right side, and then we work that rotation to the centre. Just bring these arms out to the side. Let's work the arms in, and then work out, and again work in, and work out. Lift up. And then squat down, pull those elbows behind, push through. One more, squat down, pull these elbows behind, push through. And I want you to lower the arms down to the corners and lift up. And again, lower down to the corners and lift up. Work those arms back down in front, and then work out to the sides again. Work that in, keeping tall, holding that core, work that in, just releasing the arms down. Then lift your right knee up, work that left arm up, and lower, lift that left knee, right arm up, and lower, Take that right leg back and in. Take that left leg back and in. Back to that right knee, opposite arm as we lift the knee and lower. Left knee and lower. Then we take that right leg back and in. Left leg back and in. Down into a squat, bend through the knees, work up. And again, down into the squat and work up. Take your right leg out to the side, left arm out and in. Take your left leg out to the side and in. And again, right leg out to the side and in. Left leg out and in. Down through the knees and work up, lifting that chest. Down through the knees, work that up. Right knee lifts up and lower. Then we're going to take that right leg back and in. Left knee lifting that arm up and lower. Take that leg back and in, out to the side. Right leg and in. Left leg and in. Down into your squats. Work up. And again, work down into the squat. Work up. Lift, roll those shoulders back and down. Lift, roll back and down. Work up to the ceiling and then drop down. Bend through the knees, work up. And again, drop down, bend through the knees, work up. 2 more. Drop down, bend through and up. Last one. Through and up. Let's lean over to the right. Through to center, lean over to the left. Through to the center, hands together. Work those arms down to the chest, prayer position. Rotate round to the right side. Work that rotation through to the center. Rotate round to the left side. Work through to the center. Extend the arms forward. Work them out to the side. Release down. Lift, roll the shoulders back and down. Take your head back. Center. Over to the right side. Center. Over to the left side. Center. Drop the head down, chin into the chest. And roll down through the back. So just working that all the way down. Just to where you're comfortable, relaxing that head and neck. When you're ready, ladies, we're going to roll back up, working up through that back, bring that head up and then just extend it through with these arms. Lovely, releasing those arms all the way down. Lift, roll the shoulders back and down. Take that lovely big deep breath in. And exhale. Excellent, well done. Okay, so grab your mats if you haven't got them out already, and your ball, if you have your green ball, that is, grab that. And don't worry if you haven't got it, because you can do these moves without it. So we're going to start off this morning with a seated position. We're going to do rollbacks. We're going to start off with the rollbacks with the ball between the knees and the knees bent, and then we'll take it behind the back. We usually just take it behind the back, don't we? But we're going to do some with the ball between the knees. So let me just grab hold of my ball. Okay, so once you've got your mats down and your ball if you have it, so run through with the ball first, and then if you haven't got the ball, so if you have got the ball, place it between the knees, so the knees need to be slightly bent. Okay, good tall posture, sitting up nice and tall. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to roll back, and then we're going to work the arms out to the side back to the center and roll up. Then on the second one, we're going to go back exactly the same, but we're going to lift up to the ceiling with the arms, lower the arms, and roll up. Okay, and we'll repeat those. We'll do 3 of those. So what I want you to do is focus on pushing those knees against the ball. Okay, so really pushing it. So it's going to work those inner thighs, and you'll really feel it working on that core as you roll back. Remember, only roll back to where you feel comfortable. And basically, if you haven't got the ball, then just bending the knees, keeping them hip distance apart without that ball there. Exactly the same thing. If you don't like it with the knees bent, then you can do your straight legs, okay? So just how you would do it without the ball, basically. Okay, so I have it, so I'm going to place it between the knees. And I'm going to push my knees against that ball. And I'm going to sit nice and tall then, ladies. And then we're going to take a nice big deep breath in. Holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Just work those arms up to the chest. And then we're going to roll back halfway. And then once you've reached that halfway position, arms out to the side. Work them back in and roll up. Make sure you're squeezing that ball if you have it. And again, we work back halfway. We lift up to the ceiling on that second one. Lengthen those arms. Hold that core. Lower the arms. Roll through to seated. And again, engaging. We work back halfway. Arms out to the side. Work those arms in, roll through to seated, keep it nice and tall through the back. And again, we work back halfway, wherever you feel comfortable, up to the ceiling. Lower the arms, roll through to seated, make sure we're still squeezing the knees against the ball, core engaged. Halfway, last one, last set then, out to the sides, work that in. Roll through to seated. And again, engaging, halfway back. Lift through to the ceiling. Lower the arms. Roll through to seated. Excellent. So you should just release that ball if you've got it between the knees. You should really have felt that one. I can really feel that working on the lower tummies as well as the core and in those thighs. So the second set of rollbacks, we're going to put it behind the lower back. So just place that under your lower back, okay? And when you roll back onto the ball where you really feel that core draw in when you roll back onto that ball, okay? And again, always work it back to where you feel comfortable. So let me run through this second set with the ball behind the back. And if you haven't got it, then it's just simply rolling back to where you feel comfortable using that core. So we're going to go back to our halfway positions. Then we're going to lift our right leg, hold it there, and pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to release that leg down. We're going to stay in that halfway position, lift the left leg, do a pulse for 4, and then we're going to release the leg down, and we're going to roll back up, and we're going to do 3 lots of those, okay? So just get that ball comfortable under your lower back, nice and tall, okay? Just give those shoulders a roll back and down, arms up to chest height. Then we're going to take that lovely big deep breath in, holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. When you're ready to your halfway position, so we roll back halfway, where you feel comfortable, hold it there. Then we lift that right leg up, lengthen the leg, hold, pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Release that leg down, so nice lengthened legs now. Lifting that left leg up and hold, pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Release that leg down, holding that core nice and strong, roll through to seated, keep the shoulders down. And then when you're ready, engaging, we take it back halfway to where you feel comfortable, feel that core draw in. Lift that right leg up and pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Release that leg down, keeping your halfway position. Lift that left leg up and hold. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Releasing working through to seated. Last set there, make sure your core is engaged, you're nice and tall. And when you're ready, we take it back to our halfway position. Feel that core draw in and hold. Lift that right leg up nice and lengthened. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Releasing that leg down, keep the core engaged. And then that left leg lifts. Hold. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Releasing that leg down. And then slowly roll through to seated and release those arms. Excellent, well done. So I hope you're all feeling that core is a little bit warm now. Okay, I can definitely feel that I've worked that on those 2 rollbacks. Nice to do one with the ball between the knees for a change as well. I feel like I've worked those in the thighs already. Okay, so we're going to start. Next one we're going to do is a combination. We're going to roll it onto our right side, then we're going to come onto our back, and then we're going to flip over and do the left side and go onto our back. So I'm going to just run through the moves. So if you've got the ball, even if you haven't, let's work where our legs are going to go. So we want our knees in a 90-degree angle with the feet together, okay? The shins parallel in line with your mat and your knees are coming towards your chest. So don't want your legs back, I want them in front. If you have the ball, then you're just going to open up that top knee and place that ball between the knee. And again, we push the knee down onto that ball, okay? So make sure always when you're doing your move, you're pushing the knee down onto the ball. And if you haven't got it, then the knees are going to stay together, okay? So you're going to lay down onto your side, have your supporting hand out in front, make sure you're keeping your feet together, and we're going to do lift and lower of just the feet, okay? So we keep the knees here, but we lift and lower the feet. So we lift up, and we lift them up to where we can, but we keep our feet together, and we're pushing down onto the ball if we have it, and then we release those feet down. Okay, so we're going to do a set of those, lift and lower. I think we do 8 of the lift and lower, okay. Once we've done 8, we then come onto our backs, keeping that ball between the knees if you have it. We're going to do, I know your favourites, reverse curl-ups. So the arms down by the side. Just remember when you do your reverse curl-ups, we don't push down with the hands. We bring our legs to tabletop, we reverse curl up, and just curl it up to where you can. So if it's just lifting the bottom, that's fine. Lower it down, tap the toes to the floor, and then lift it up. So if you can't manage rolling all the way up and you can just get that bottom lifted, that's fine, but keep it nice and controlled. Okay, you lower the bottom and then you tap the toes. So we do a set of those, and then we go over onto the other side with the legs, and then back onto the back, so the reverse curl-ups. Okay, so if you get onto your right side first, with the legs, if you haven't got the ball, you're just lifting them up, okay, but you're keeping the knees together, alright? If you have that ball, place it between those knees ready. Rest your head down onto your bottom arm, keep that supporting hand out in front, so make sure your shins are parallel, your feet are forward and together. Let's engage our core then, take that lovely big deep breath in, holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Push that top knee down onto the ball. When you're ready then we're going to lift slowly up with those feet, just lifting those feet up to where you feel comfortable, and then releasing those feet down. So you're really working the glutes on this one, so we're going to do that again. Core engaged, lifting those feet up, keeping those feet together, and if you have that ball, push that top knee down onto the ball. Lovely, just releasing those feet down. And if you haven't got that ball, remember to keep both of those knees together as you raise the feet and lower. Lifting up, keeping it nice and controlled. And releasing down, keeping that top knee pushed down onto the ball. Excellent. And again, just lifting those feet up, making sure we're keeping the feet together. We're keeping our core fully engaged as well. And releasing those feet down. So you've got 4 more of these, ladies, so keep those feet together, lifting up, keeping it nice and controlled. Remember, just lifting those feet up to where you feel comfortable and releasing those feet down. Excellent. 3 more. Core engaged. Lifting those feet up. Nice and controlled with that pace. Pushing that knee onto the ball or keeping the knees together. And releasing those knees down. You feel it on those thighs, on those glutes. 2 more. Lifting those feet up. Keeping that core nice and engaged. And releasing those feet all the way down. Last one then, ladies. Lifting those feet up. And releasing those feet down. Excellent. So you should have felt that on that bottom leg, on the thigh and the glute. Let's work onto our backs now then, into our reverse curl up position. So arms down by the side, but we don't push down with those arms. We use the lower tummies, the bottom and the core. Make sure you've got that ball between the knees if you've got it. If you haven't got the ball, then it's just keeping the knees apart. Okay, then we bring them up to tabletop. With the ball, push the knees against it. Let's take a breath in to engage that core. Hold nice and tight as we exhale out. Back neutral. When you're ready, reverse curl up or just lifting the bottom up if you can't curl all the way up. And then slowly releasing the curl down. And then we're going to tap both of those toes down to the floor, keeping that core fully engaged, lifting those legs to tabletop. Engage, and again, reverse curl up, or just lifting that bottom. And then slowly releasing that curl down. Excellent. Then we lower the toes down. Keep that back neutral. Tap the toes. Lift those legs back to tabletop. Squeeze that ball if you have it. Last one. Reverse curl up. And releasing the curl all the way down. And then tap the toes down. And then we lift the legs back up. Excellent. Just take that ball away from the knees if you have it. Just pull those into the chest. And then I want you to just lay over onto the left side. So we're going to go over and do the left side, okay? So bring those knees to a 90-degree angle in front. Shins parallel in line with the mat, feet together. You've got the ball, place it between those knees. Push that top knee down. Make sure you keep that pressure onto that ball all the way through. Okay, and remember, if you haven't got it, just keeping the knees together and lifting up. Okay, let's keep our supporting hand out in front then, and then engaging that core. So just take that lovely big deep breath in. Holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. When you're ready, ladies, we're going to lift those feet up. So we want to keep those feet together, lifting up to where is good for you, and releasing those feet down. Make sure you keep your feet forward, don't take those feet back. Pushing that knee down onto the ball, and again, just lifting those feet up. Remember, if you haven't got that ball, then keep your knees together. Okay, we don't want to open those knees out. And then releasing those feet down. Excellent, nice strong core. And again, lifting up with the feet, keeping them together, keeping a good controlled pace and lifting to where you're comfortable. And then releasing those legs all the way down, those feet, sorry. And then again, lifting up. Really focus on the core, focus on keeping it lovely and controlled. And then releasing as you release as well. So we've got 4 more on this side. Engaging, knees together, or pushing down onto that ball, lifting up. And then slowly releasing that down. You should feel this on the thighs and the glutes on that bottom leg. 3 more then, pushing down, holding the core, lifting up with those feet. And then just releasing those feet all the way down. 2 more, keep strong on your positions, keep your feet forward, lifting up with those feet, pushing that top knee down onto the ball or keeping those knees together. One then, lifting up with the feet, just working them up. And then just releasing, nice and controlled as you're releasing. Oh, I feel that on those glutes. Excellent. Once you've released down, roll onto your backs. Keep that ball between the knees, adjust it if you need to. If you haven't got the ball, keep the knees hip distance. Arms down by your side, keep your back in its nice neutral position. Lift up to tabletop and we'll do 3 more of the reverse curl. So take a breath in to engage. Hold tight as we exhale out. When you're ready, reverse curl up or just lifting that bottom up but keep it nice and controlled. And then releasing the curl down. Tap those toes, both the toes tap to the floor, back nice and neutral. Lifting up, shins parallel, core held. Reverse curl or lift that bottom. Use the core. And then releasing that curl all the way down. And then just tapping those toes down. So use the core and the glutes and the lower tummy. You're reverse curling up. Last one then, curling up. And then slowly releasing that curl all the way down. Then we lower the legs, we tap the toes, we lift those legs back up to tabletop. And then release that ball away and just hug those knees in. Excellent. Okay, so you've got those reverse curl ups out of the way. Well done. So we're going to bring the ball now under the lower back. Okay, we're under the back. If you haven't got the ball, then you're just going to lay flat on your back. And we're going to take either our arms down to the side or out to the side. It's whichever you feel most comfortable with. So I want you to bring your legs up, straight up to the ceiling. Okay, and we're going to lower and lift single legs. So we're going to lower the right leg down and just lower it to where is good for you. And then we're going to lift that leg up. Then we do the same on the other leg, lower that leg down, keeping that length in the leg. And then lift that leg up. Then we're going to slide our heel down the leg. So you bring your right heel, slide that down the left leg, going towards that knee. Once you reach the knee, you then slide that heel back up. Okay, and then you do the same with the left heel, slide that down to the right knee. So that knee is opening out as you're sliding down, and then you lift that up. Then we're going to bring the legs to tabletop, release the feet to the floor, bring the arms to the side if they're not down, out to the side, and then you're going to tilt your pelvis, squeeze the glutes, and you're going to hold that pelvic tilt for 4. So hold 1, hold 2, all the way to 4, and you're going to release that tilt out, okay? And we'll repeat that again. So if you haven't got the ball, it's basically just laying flat on your back and doing exactly the same moves, okay? I know some of you don't always like it under the lower back, so again, if you don't like using the ball under the lower back, just keep the ball to the side and lay flat on your back. Okay, so if you're using it, get it into a position that's comfortable for you around the lower back area. And then we're going to lift those legs up to tabletop. Remember, arms down to the side or out to the side for the first one, whichever you're comfortable. So legs to tabletop, and then I want you to just engage the core while we're here. So take that nice big deep breath in, holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Lovely. Then extend the legs up to the ceiling. We're going to start with that right leg. So we're going to lower the right leg down. Now you're just lowering to where is good for you. Really use your core. And then we're just slowly lifting that right leg back up to the ceiling. Excellent. Let's go with that left leg then. Slowly lowering that left leg down. And again, lowering to where is good for you. And then just lifting that leg through to the ceiling. Working that up. We're going to bring that right heel and slide that down that left leg towards that knee. Once you reach that knee, we then slide that heel back through and up. Holding that core nice and strong. Left heel then slides down towards that right knee. Let that left knee open out as it slides down. And then we slide that heel all the way back through and up. Bring those legs to tabletop. Place that foot to the floor and then the other foot to the floor. Just arms to the side, drawing up through your pelvic floor, engaging through the core. And then we're going to tilt the pelvis, lift the bottom, hold it there. Squeeze these glutes.
I want to be with you forever.
Hold 1. Hold 2. Hold 3. Hold 4. Release that pelvic tilt down. Excellent, well done. So just going to repeat that again. So when you're ready, just adjust the ball if you need to. When you're ready, bring it up to tabletop. Okay, let's engage that core. Take that nice big deep breath in. Hold that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Lovely. Lift those legs through to the ceiling. Nice lengthened legs. Core fully engaged. And then we're going to lower that right leg down. So remember, you're just lowering to where you feel you can. But really use the core. And then lifting back through and up to the ceiling. And then with that left leg, lowering that down. Nice and controlled. Engaged, and then we're lifting that back through and up to the ceiling. Excellent. Bring that right heel then onto that left leg. Slide that right heel down towards that knee. Let that right knee open out as the heel slides down. Really engaging that core. Slide that right heel all the way back through and up. Bring that left heel, sliding that down the leg, all the way down towards the knee. Excellent. And then we slide that heel all the way back up.
You're perfect, you're perfect, you're perfect, you're perfect.
And then bring those legs to tabletop and release one leg. And then release the other leg, feet hip distance, arms to the side, core and pelvic floor engaged. Tilt your pelvis, lift your bottom and hold, squeeze the glutes, hold 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. Slowly release that tilt down. Excellent, well done. So if you have the ball under the lower back, just remove that away. And then we're going to go into a little combo with the planks. We're going to do a side plank, then a straight plank, and then over onto the other side plank. Okay, so if you've got the ball, it's just going to be using it in your hand for all of the planks. So with your side plank, you've got knees bent and legs back, or the bottom knee bent and back with that top leg straight. So we're going to come up, we're going to lift the arm up to the ceiling, want you to lower the arm down with the ball. If you haven't got the ball, you just lower the arm and lift the arm up. Then you're going to reach over the head, but I need to bring myself down a bit. Okay, so it's hey, and the ball's going walkies as well. Can't we tell us Monday morning, ladies? Okay, so we're coming up. We'll try that again. So we lower down with the arm, with the ball if we have it, and then we take it over the head. That's it, I can stretch it. And then we lift up. So I want you to do 6 of those, okay? So it's lowering the arm down and then working up and then taking it over the head, okay? And if you haven't got the ball, you just lower the arm without it. If you don't want to do any of the arm movements, you can just hold your side plank, okay? So just hold it. Then you're going to come over into a straight plank, okay? And again, if you don't want to use the ball or you don't want to use the arm movement, then you can just hold your straight plank like this. So what we're going to do with the straight plank is work the arm forward and in. Then we're going to take it out to the side and in. And we'll do that twice. Then you're going to come down, shell pose, and then you'll come up and do the same using the other arm. Okay, so it's forward, in, out to the side, in, and you do that twice, then down. Then we'll go over and do the left side plank. So if you've got the ball, then you're just holding it in your hand. If you haven't, then you're just lowering your arm. And if you don't want to do the arm movements, then you just hold your planks. So let's get on to our right side to start with then. So both the knees bent and legs back, or top leg straight, resting onto the arm and elbow. Okay, make sure you've got that good long line from the head all the way through to those toes and hips stacked. Okay, so I want you to take that lovely big deep breath in to engage that core. Holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Then we lift the waist and the hips and work that arm up to the ceiling, or you hold. When you're ready, lower the arm down and then lift that arm up. Work that over the head, stretch all the way over, and then lifting that arm back up. So you can hold the plank if you don't want to use the arm, lower down, and lift up. Work over the head, and back up. And again, lower the arm, keep the waist and the hips lifted, the core engaged, lift up. Work that over the head and up. 3 more. Lower the arm down and lift up. Work over the head and up. 2 more if you can manage then. Lower the arm. Work up. Lift over the head. And up. Last one. Lower the arm. Lift up. Make sure you're keeping your waist and hips lifted. Over the head. Work up. Release the waist and the hips down. Work that arm down. Excellent. Okay. Over into your straight plank then. So if you want to hold that, you can just go into your hold and straight plank. Or if you're using the ball or the arm forward and to the side, then we're going to start with the right one first. So you're going to be doing a 1-hand plank. So knees back, and then take a nice big deep breath in to engage that core. Hold tight as we exhale out then. When you're ready, come up onto the toes, bottoms down, ball in the right hand, or work with the right arm, or just hold your plank. Arm forward, working. Out to the side. Work in. Once more. Arm forward.
Your soul is
Work in. Out to the side. Work in. Ball down. Hand down. Knees down. Shell pose. And then we're going to come up and do the left arm. Okay, with the ball or without, we're just working forward and out to the side. Or you can repeat your holding plank if you weren't using the arms. Nice big deep breath in. Holding that core tight as we exhale out then. Up onto the toes, bottoms down. Ball in the left hand. We work the arm forward. Stretching that arm, work it in. Take it out to the side. Work in. Work the arm forward. And in. Work out to the side. And in. Ball down, hand down. Down onto the knees. Shell pose. Excellent, lovely. Okay, when you're ready then, over onto your left side for your left side plank. Ball or arm movements. Okay, or just holding your plank. So bending the knees, legs back, or the top leg straight. Good long line from that head through to the toes. Nice big deep breath in. Holding that core lovely and tight then as we exhale out. When we're ready, lift the waist and the hips up, arm up to the ceiling, and then we lower the arm down. Keep the arm lengthened, lift up, work stretching over the head. Lift up so you can hold if you don't want to work this arm. Lower the arm down, you can just hold your plank position. Lift up, work over the head, and up. And again, lower the arm down, keeping the waist and hips lifted, the core engaged. Lift up. Stretch it over the head. Make sure you're lengthening and stretching. Work up. 3 more. Lower the arm down in front. Lift up. Stretch over the head. Work up. 2 more. Holding that core. Lower the arm down in front. Lift up. Stretching over the head. Work up. Last one. Lower that down in front. Keep your waist and hips up. Work up. Take it over the head. Lift up. Release your waist and hips down. Work the arm down. Excellent. Okay, finishing them on our front. So we're going to do a back extension with a glute lift. Now if you've got your ball, you're going to place the ball between the feet and the ankles. Okay, and the arms are going to come down by your sides with your palms facing onto your thighs. Okay, to the side of your thighs. We're going to lift the head up. Now don't lift up looking up. Keep that head looking down so the head is in line with the neck. And we're going to squeeze the ball with our ankles. So you're going to push those ankles against the ball. Then you're going to lower that down. Then you're going to lift up both of the legs and do your glute lifts. Just a small lift, squeezing that ball as we lift and lower. Okay, if you haven't got the ball, exactly the same position, but bring the toes together and relax the heels. And you're going to lift up and lower. Then you're going to lift the legs and lower. Okay, so that's if you haven't got the ball. Okay, so if you have got it, place it between the feet and those ankles. Okay, hopefully you can all get that in that position. Okay, so heads down, arms down to the side, palms facing onto those thighs. Okay, make sure you've got your core fully engaged. So take that nice big deep breath in, holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Make sure you keep that fully engaged all the way through. Squeeze the ankles against the ball if you have it, and then into your back extension. So we're going to lift the head up. Just lift up to where is good for you, but keep the eyes looking down into the mat. Lovely. Releasing that all the way down. Into your glute lifts. So lifting those legs up. Just a small lift. Lower those legs down. Keeping your core engaged. Back to your back extension lift. So we lift that head up. Eyes down. And then we lower that head down. Squeezing that ball into your glute lifts. Lifting the legs up. Hips into your mat. Don't lift the hips. Releasing those legs down. Just checking your core position. And again, back extension, so we lift the head up, lifting to where is good for you, head in line with that neck, releasing that head down, squeezing that ball into your glute lifts, hips down into your mat, still engaging that core, releasing those legs down. Last one then, holding that core strong, lifting that head up, lowering the head down, squeezing the ankles against the ball into your glute lifts, lift the legs up, and releasing the legs down. Excellent. Just relax those legs and just let the ball run away, which it probably will. Okay, and just have your arms relaxed into a position that's comfortable for you. Bend at the knees and lift the legs up, and then I want you to just take those legs slowly side to side. So just any tension, just release them by working those legs side to side. Excellent, well done. We're going to hold those legs into the centre and then release both of the legs down. I want you to come up into your shell pose. Sit back onto your heels, arms stretch forward, hold there and take a breath in and exhale. Stay on your heels but take the arms over to the right side and work that head over so you feel that stretch down the side. Nice big deep breath in and exhale. Back to the centre and then take the arms and the head over to the left side, head down, hold it there, nice big deep breath in and exhale. Work those arms back to the centre and then we're going to come up onto all fours, so knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, head in line with that spine. Nice big deep breath in. Arch that back all the way up, drop the head down. And then just releasing that head and that back, working all the way back in. Excellent. When you're ready, come up onto your toes. Bring your feet flat to the floor so you stretch out your calves. Hold it there. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands towards your toes. Just keep a little bend in those knees. Relax your head and neck, relax your arms. Circle round to the right side of your foot. Circle through to the centre, round to the left side. Circle through to the centre, take those legs nice and straight. Then we're going to roll up through that back. So just working that back all the way up. Bring the head up and then extending through with those arms. Let's lean over to the right, back to the centre, lean over to the left. Perfect, back to the centre, release those arms down, just lift and roll those shoulders back and down, or lift and roll back and down. Just take a nice big deep breath in and exhale. Lovely, well done. Feet apart, big deep bend down. Excellent. So it's lovely to be with you all again this morning, ladies, and welcome. Hello to anyone that joined us a little bit after the beginning there. Hope you all enjoyed your workout with the ball if you were using it. Hope you all are keeping safe and well, and I hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll look forward to being back with you again on Monday morning. So have a lovely week and I'll see you all again next week. Well done, ladies.